So, are you bringing us in, or is that me tonight, Demi?
I'm not sure. It's usually me, but do you want this one?
Yeah, I guess I can do this. Howdy, y'all, and welcome to some Randomania 3. We got you some Final Fantasy free Enterprise.
We sure do. We've got another elimination match because, well, we're at about that time of the tournament here. Three losses and you're out of bracket consideration. So this match between Lord Bob Bree and Scratchdragon should be a pretty good one on that front.
Absolutely. I know some people in chat are already looking for some blood. Yeah.
I would know nothing about that. Nothing at all. Not even a little. We got Edward, though.
Well, it is an Asuka seed, so, an Eddie start is not unusual. And we do get to get the best white mage in the game, Porum.
See, yeah, you know what it's all about. I'm here for this. But yeah, at least Edward equips a bow and is, can do some work in the early game potentially if the right arrows, kind of fall into your lap a little bit. Otherwise, though, you're going to probably be looking for your character options and try to expand your party rapidly so that you can do damage potentially. But we'll see how that plays out.
And I see Lord Bob Bree has a theme going. I don't quite understand it.
I also don't understand it, so maybe Chad understands it. I got nothing.
Oh, it's the rap from DK.
Wait, what?
DK. Donkey Kong.
Wait, really? Please start race. Please bail me out of this. What? I can't either. Good, we're gonna have a good race. I raced both of these runners last year in Football Gauntlet. I beat Lord Bob Bree, I lost to Scratchdragon. They're both really good runners though, and both races were really hard. This should be a lot of fun.
Yep, Scratchdragon, I know, has been around for, I think, since the initial first Zema zone. Oh, and it looks like we're off.
All right, finally, jeez. Hey, look, a Porum, not an objective Porum, Lunar Sparkle, not an objective Lunar Sparkle, and a Pan. Not an objective Pan, I guess, question mark. We'll see if that is or isn't later. One boss, one character, so we are going to probably go wide on locations. Early Darkness Crystal likely means early Moon. Scratchdragon loves being really, really aggressive and doing aggressive things, as you said. He's been around for a very long time. And his one hallmark is he has a good game sense and makes big pushes early and quickly.
And with that early pan, you know that you only have to do Fabul at most twice. We'll see if either one of our runners kind of wants to go with the reverse strat of #FadeFabul.
Yeah, but first we got to get our hands on some bows and some gear because these two characters do, unless we have a dancing dagger in hand right now or like a archer bow mute arrows in hand, this party does roughly 0 damage.
Yeah, this is not the dream team to start.
There's Scratchdragon found vampires here in Baron though, and it looks like Bob Bree's about to do the same, so they're going to sell a pile of rune rings, make a pile of money, and turn that pile of money into vampires to sort of push through DPS wise. That's pretty sensible. It's a temporary fix, but if it gets you the Hobbs character and it gets you, a couple of checks out of the way, it's a good start. It's where you want to be.
Absolutely, and vampires also open up some sneaky shenanigans, unlikely to see in this flag set, but can open up some lower level Z strats.
Yep, so there are mute arrows and a crossbow, so that's fantastic. So we do have a stash of mute arrows handy. It looks like Lord Bob Bree just dipped right into Watery Pass And that is a heroin robe just to start off this run.
That definitely increases the damage output that Porum is going to be putting out, especially with some mute arrows, if we can find a decent bow here.
Yeah, speaking of characters that do damage, Rydia needs a little bit of help to do damage, and Baikon's actually kind of a scary boss if you're not punching through pretty quickly because of the 3 actions a turn. Scratchdragon, of course, is very well aware of that fact and jams that reset button, so first reset of the run.
Yeah, I would not think we would be picking up that Rydia unless we find something like an early Bahamut or Leviathan summon, at which point the whole early game is solved.
You might even grab that Rydia if you find a Magma Key, just so that you can go down below and pop a Siren or 2 and get some levels on her so that she is a viable Black Mage for the mid-game. Tiara located in Antlion Cave. Protect your Porum, but Scratch knows that there's a Rydia up there, and she gets full benefit from the plus 15 Black Magic casting stat there.
Yeah, Rydia, unfortunately all Black Mages kind of suffer in this flag set as Slingshot is turned off, so it is much harder to get them to those nice levels of nuke, but yeah, if you can at least be putting out some virus damage, that's a huge, huge help.
Yeah, even if you take Rydia, level her up, and then turn her over into a Berserker for later or a Fu for later for, split utility, she can get you through the early game here. So we have, the nice thing here is we do have Mute Arrows on hand, and we have Vampires on hand. Vampires should one-shot these anyway, but Mute Arrows will too. Not going to take any chances though. Scratchdragon's going to dust off the 2 guards down here in Antlion Cave. I guess a free boss is kind of what he wanted to see here.
And only getting a tower key doesn't do us a whole lot of good right now.
Another underground check though for when we get there, and Keyless Tower not on the menu tonight, thankfully, so that's going to be pretty good. Lord Bree extending his stash of Mute Arrows, gets another Gaia shirt. There's nothing else too terribly interesting here, but we're trying to kind of, looks like both our runners are trying to loot in different places and loot very diversely right now. Trying to kind of get geared up here for getting through this otherwise tough early game.
Yep, you typically want to loot early, get all that done with, so that way you're not then trying to loot later on in the seed.
Yeah, one of the biggest things when it comes to going fast in this, because of course both these runners are racing, is that minimizing loot time can be very helpful. This means oftentimes looting things that are only near your walking route or in your loops, or since this is T Wildish, our competitive flags, the scaling on treasure chests is based on where you're going or where you are. Treasure chests and locations that you can just get to and are ungated are, completely lower tier than, say, stuff that's underground behind a key item, or stuff that's on the moon that's behind the darkness crystal. So you'll kind of see that as seeds develop, as looting, if people need more loot, they're going to be selective about where they go and get it.
Absolutely. While T Wildish is pretty generous. Ooh.
Ow. Edward got hit. That's the end of that. Hard-hitting bosses blocking the way right now.
Typically the Dark Imps are a pretty free fight, but not there. Not with this team of, team low health, low defense.
And low accuracy with both, as Edward just lets loose with a shot and completely whiffs. Forum's got the business end, though. I think that Heron Robe is going to do a lot of work right now.
And Scratch trying to kind of find some place to go and just kind of get a couple of levels, maybe find a key item.
That's a good find, but not what you want right this second. There's our objective Mom Bomb in slot number 5. So Waterfall has a required boss for us.
That is a huge find. Hopefully Lord Bree makes that same check.
Yeah, Porum doing some work here. Takes out Baigen, but of course both the other characters take the fall, so only experience on Porum. So that's okay, I guess. Also, we did have a question in chat. So I guess we have a new viewer, Kiana Hi. Well, thank you for coming out first and foremost. Story of this game, Final Fantasy IV for Enterprise, is a randomizer built on the Final Fantasy IV engine. Items are mixed up in such a way that you can go through the game in an open manner and work your way through the game, basically gated by the key items that normally gate the storyline, and it's incredibly good in terms of sort of development and how the game works out. It's a lot. It's the Final Fantasy IV you know and love, but played differently every single time, which is really interesting.
And it's just a great community in general. You can play however you want. You can play with real hard flags, real easy flags.
Yep.
And there's always somebody in the Discord willing to just kind of give you a hand if you have some questions.
Yep. So Lord Bobry looting the front side there. Getting a diamond ring. Nothing super interesting there that I saw. Scratchdragon went to Fabul looking for a foothold. Found Bahamut, flung a bunch of vampires, and that's an early darkness crystal. That's
Oh
a
my.
character. That could be a gated character. We could get a Fu. That could be an edge. Knowing Scratchdragon and his need for power, because he is struggling right now, I don't really see a world in which he does not pop that darkness crystal at least to grab the character immediately.
Yep, even if it's just another body to kind of clog the queue for Porum to at least hit something.
I mean, we could get a Sid or a King, because there's a Runax in our back pocket right now. Again, there's a lot of good options for characters right now for this party, most of them being the big brawler types at this point. Runax wielders, or, I mean, Yang is okay because you start with a strength ring, which helps kind of work his leveling curve a little bit earlier, so he breaks into actually having damage.
And he has more HP than, say, our two current characters on Scratchdragon's side, so can at least take a hit or two.
Yes, Sid has like more hit points than all the characters we've seen in the game so far combined.
Yeah, Sid for early game is absolutely fantastic.
Asuka's chanting that is chanting for a third Edward in this seed because we saw one in the Kaipo bed. Asuka, you're mean. Please don't be mean to the runners.
But Lord Bob Bree is hitting those guard weaknesses, rude, and doing quite a bit of damage with that Porum.
Yep, quad damage is the best damage, as all of Lord Bob Bree's characters are going to get a little bit of experience from this. A little closer to survivability, basically. And the Antlion item, as we know, is a key to the tower. And Scratchdragon, unsurprisingly, has summoned the whale and is heading up to probably, again, grab that character, maybe check the gated shop, see if there's something interesting, like, say, hourglasses and coffins.
And Hourglass would make pretty quick work of those dark imps. Or sirens would be just great to know that you have a dedicated grind.
Yeah, I mean, hourglasses could also give you, access to like the hairdryer chest on the moon as well. Just coffins though, so not going to purchase any. Does not want any at this point in time. So I guess we're going to head over to Lunar Castle to check the character. Lord Bob Bree is going to do the defense here with these three characters. Possibly burn a couple of vampires to just push through this Bahamut coming up. Yeah, Lord Bob Bree's been in the community for about a year and a half now. Again, I know competed in the last two events, as a new player in the Football Gauntlet last year, competed in Zima's Zone 3. This is kind of the signature match that he needs to break through. Scratchdragon was featured at RPG Limit Break in 2019, playing Final Fantasy IV for Enterprise live, as well as just been around for roughly 3 years now. He's been around for nearly the extent of the game life here, which is pretty great. Hey, we found a Porum on the moon. That's fantastic. Hi, Porum.
It's an objective.
It's even better than Edward.
Unfortunately, Scratch not really finding the big break he was really looking for here up on the moon. But we'll see where he decides to go next, if he wants to take on that Baron N again, or if he wants to maybe try Ordeals.
I mean, running a little bit thin on options here, certainly only Baron in and that tough Baron in fight, as well as as well as Ordeals, which is 3 bosses. Scratchdragon also has the knowledge that Ordeals is not going to have Mom Bomb, because we know Mom Bomb is in the waterfall. Scratchdragon even selling that Rune Axe just to get his hands on more vampires, because he needs to get out of this early game. He wants that item casting power, and it looks like he's going to take that item casting power up the mountain. Lord Bob Bree about to get that Darkness Crystal, and we'll see if he also decides to check the Moon character and get a fairly disappointing objective.
And Scratch is going to do a little bit of looting up here, finds an elixir, which is one of those items that isn't great until it's awesome.
Yeah, we all start with 1 in this particular flag set as well, and of course, like you said, it is a full HP and MP refill, so it's something that you want to sit on usually. Having 2 of them may make you a little less likely to just try and camp your tail on it, which is very helpful.
And we start with an antlion up here. This isn't that scary, thankfully, as this has a very low a very low strength spot, so it doesn't hurt so bad.
Yeah, here's the nice thing about what we do have is that with 2 twins of any flavor, you can cast Twin Magic. Tiara is one of the very few ways for Porom to boost the damage of Twin Magic. So Twin Magic's actually going to hit harder than it normally should, which is actually kind of nice.
And Twin Magic is one of those things that bypasses Antlion's counter, so you don't have to worry about all that extra damage.
Yeah, Antlion will counter any fight commands, and only fight commands, with the counterattack that does magical damage, so scales with the location that you're in at any time. So Antlion turned to dust here for Scratchdragon, gonna swap rows and save and go to the back attack spot. Lord Bob Bree is gonna grab Objective 4 in just a moment, gonna see Porom here on the Lunar Throne. Second boss is Asura. This could be interesting.
This is always an interesting boss just in general. Looks like Scratchdragon is going to try and lifelock Ashura.
Yeah, just to explain, lifelocking is what happens when you queue up a command when Asura flashes for the Life 1 cast. What you can do is that you can queue up your turn during that flash. When you do this, what ends up happening is that Asura's face does not change from the attack you deliver. Asura will change her face normally when you either deliver an attack of any sort, or you just leave her be. I just stand there and don't take turns, and she'll rotate through her 3 faces. By doing this and keeping her on the gray face, what ends up happening is that she'll constantly cast Life 1 instead of heal herself, and you can just work your way through without any concern.
It's a great piece of advanced tech, and means that you're not wasting Star Veils on this fight.
Yeah, I know. I forget who really did it first. I know Nightdew is somebody who has talked about doing it an awful lot and kind of pioneered it a little bit. It's been around for the entire time for Enterprise has been around. This is one of the oldest pieces of tech in the game.
And Lord Bob Bree is actually giving us a little bit of information, getting some checks here from Bahamut's Cave. You can pick up some pretty nice items up here, a little bit higher tier, although that's kind of a swing and a miss. Also a swing and a miss.
Yeah, gets some cash up here, which is fine. Can't really go wrong with a little bit of extra money, and finds a purple cloak, which means this is one of the two Mylons at this point in time. We haven't seen either of them yet, so we're not sure which one it is.
Scratchdragon goes straight into the ordeal's dais, and he picks up an earth crystal.
Ooh, that'll alleviate a lot of our party problems here. And he gets to see a very bad boss in normal spots. There's Kainazo off of the table. Gonna probably pop a pair of vampires into this fight and call it a day. More importantly, Earth Crystal does give you access to the Troya Treasury, which is the highest tier location in the game other than Lunar Subterrane for looting.
Yep, you can pick up some really nice gear for any of your characters. Really, the only thing you're missing is any of the tier 7 items.
Yeah, we have those turned off in the rules in the flag set for this tournament. Actually, I think Sylph Cave might have better loot as well, but no, I've only seen like 2 players loot Sylph Cave in this tournament, so
Yeah, the treasury is the best place to loot without having to worry about fighting anything in a chest. But Lord Bob Bree has made the decision, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go up this mountain.
It's a good mountain. But yeah, both our runners still leaving Baron in on the table. Scratchdragon with a bit of an edge here, but I think it's about that time. I think it's about that time for one of the community's favorite things to do.
Is it time to raid that treasury?
Oh, I thought we were going to find out whose butt we're going to kick tonight. Wait, am I too early?
Soon. Very soon.
Okay, sorry, my timing's all off. I'm sorry.
But Scratch is giving us the full loot down here.
Raid that treasury!
So that was a defense sword and Stardust Rod out of 10.
Double Stardust Rod, double Defense Sword, and a Ribbon were the big hits there. Go get Rydia. Rydia can use that stuff.
And I did see a Sylph summon up there too, so
Yeah, he's turning around. He's not going to go up the tower yet. I think this is where you go and grab Rydia so that you can hold that Stardust Rod high above your head. And I guess shopping's cool too. Even shipping the ninja sword that was there, this is a pretty big fire sale here. Just making sure he's got everything that he needs for later in terms of money.
and just a Soma drop for the road.
Yeah, we're seeing how Lord Bobbery sort of deals with this fight. So right now he is just letting the faces cycle right now. And basically what he's doing is he's going to use Porum with that Heron Robe and Mute Arrows to do quad damage to Asura's also Mage. Here's the reflected second Star Veil, so using 2 Star Veils. Now if Asura takes an action, what would happen is that the healing spells would be reflected onto the party. However, that's irrelevant because Porum is flexing.
And Scratchdragon not picking up that Rydia yet.
Scratchdragon's like, I would like 10 more vampires, please.
And Tella is another one of those characters that can use that Stardust Rod and has gone up ordeals, so would have his full spell suite.
Yeah, super useful. And also with a couple of levels here, this party may be able to take a hit or two, which is kind of nice. So this isn't so bad at this point. Waiting on Porum just to see if bottom Porum gets hit to lose the turn there and just make sure. So Archers and Indra just tearing through this Kainazo for Lord Bob Bree. So going to be able to extricate that Earth Crystal. And here's Volvalis in the second spot. So you know how Vol's got all those really neat defensive things that she does, like she spins and everything?
Yeah, don't work so well at this spot.
Yeah, completely useless in this spot. Hey, Sylphs. Yay. Hi, Sylphs. Hi. You're the best.
It was sort of like having Iridia there.
Yeah, basically. But as you can see, that vampire, even through the spin, hits for full effect. Volvalis is just a cakewalk in this particular spot, thankfully.
It's funny, she's harder at the first spot than she is at the second spot.
Yeah, at the first spot, she gets full defense and full magic defense. So you need to have 5 attack multipliers to hit her, and spells do 0. Hey, there's a Sand Ruby.
Would you like a second Edward?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean, you really didn't want the first one.
I mean, yeah, that's legitimate.
But Scratchdragon, I don't think he checked the Kaipo bed, so gonna get the wonderful news about second Edward.
It's like first Edward, but less good. Walks up to the bed, goes, on second thought, maybe I'll go check the item shop instead. Hey, look, cabins and cure twos. I actually want those.
Those are more useful than... But looks like Scratchdragon is not going to try and fight this old lady to get out, and just going to use some exit.
I mean, first he's going to Soma drop his Tella so that in case of dangerous hook boss or boss at top of tower, we'll have access to 99 MP to throw swag rocks if necessary. Lord Bob Bree is going to take his Rydia here. Did not loot the treasury yet, though, so does not have the power of Stardust on his side, so can't drop stars on this fight for the quick kill. Gonna use Indra instead from Rydia to finish it off.
And Scratchdragon is going up the Tower of Zot. We do know that our way underground has to be through this.
Yeah, maybe Scratch is gambling and trying to just basically say, look, the Rydia check is hard and might take a minute and could have wiped my opponent. Let me cash this time out. I'm going to put this time in my back pocket instead of going to get Rydia. I have Tella. Tella can use a Stardust Rod. His magic's going to hit pretty hard with the plus 15 to casting. I'm going to let Rydia go. I'm going to gamble off on the top of the tower instead, and if I get power characters here, I can just push.
Yep, and there could be another here. We have not seen our third dupe yet of the seed.
Yeah, this is very true. So there's still a duplicate character out there for sure. Lord Bob Bree, of course, taking advantage of the fact that Volvalis doesn't have any defense at this particular spot and is working through with Porum arrows and vampires, and Indra casts from Rydia. So this should go fairly smoothly. Yeah, and other people are stating that you could be leaving Rydia there to anchor the end game if you need an anchor for like the moon because you already have a darkness crystal in hand, because that would basically allow you to go grab an anchor really quickly before you head on up.
You know where you want to use swag rocks?
On orbs?
On orbs.
What is this, the vanilla speed run? All right, Media's queued. This should do the job. Um,
In about 10 minutes.
I mean, look, it just takes a second. It's fine.
Meteo having the longest cast time in the game.
Yep, Lord Bob Bree mops up and gets the Sand Ruby, knows it's Edward, and just is like, all right, cool, let me go loot the treasury instead. Rocks do the work that we knew that they needed to do, is rocks versus orbs. Rocks are better. Orbs are done. A 20,000 gold investment in being able to kill the first boss here in Tower of Zot basically instantly. As instantly as we were going to be able to do it with this party.
And that is a boss that you would like to see here versus, you know, somewhere on the moon where it's got a million more health and takes forever to get through.
Yeah, it's not a hard fight. It only does 10% of your health as damage every turn as the attacker can do. But in exchange, it's back road, so you have to have setup for it. It throws up a wall, so direct spells don't work. We have a lightsaber, by the way. That's a Cecil.
Yeah, that is a very nice pickup. Cecil's one of those characters that's good for just about everything.
I mean, Cecil's good for primarily, you can do some defensive strats with him, you can do some really neat stuff, or you could just equip him with a lightsaber, berserk him, and wind him up and let him go. Often the preferred strategy, but yeah, we're taking Cecil. We're taking Yang. We don't need two Porms, clearly. Tella's kind of in the utility mage spot and also can anchor for free in the late game, even without that Rydia. So yeah, Thunderclaw, Catclaw for the Yang. Lightsaber and whatever heavy armor we might have lying around for Cecil, and this is a pretty good time.
And that Cecil even came pre-back row glitched.
I guess Scratchdragon sold all his heavy armor. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Just Zerkin, he'll still go burr.
We'll just stick him in the back row. It's fine. It's just Dark Knight Cecil. It's okay. He only hits for like 200 in the spot. If Edward hides, the fight is over. It's cool. Everyone else is gonna die, and Edward is like, yeah, I'm the best. I can't make fun of Edward on this fight. I can't do it.
Yeah, Edward has saved my bacon on this fight on more than one occasion. Oh yeah, Eddie is plenty useful. I just don't like him.
Wow, okay. Yeah, as you can see, the back orb on this fight has 7,500 health, by the way. It is worth noting that it looks like Lord Bob Bree is going to plan on getting through this with multiple Sylph casts instead, which is kind of the standard strat if you've got Iridia on hand, because the Sylph casts pierce the wall and do roughly 1,500 damage at the spot, I believe, with this kind of gear layout.
And we get just the magma key. Don't have to worry about a nasty hook route.
Yep, free path to the underground at the top of the Tower of Zot here for our runners. Which Lord Bob Bree is going to struggle a little bit with time here. Does not have that Soma drop that Scratchdragon ended up buying, knowing that Tella was in his future. So a bit of foresight from Scratchdragon, using information he saw earlier in the seed to make purchases for later in the seed.
But does make use of that Sylph. So you don't have to worry about that 10% damage that the attacker is doing, because you're just going to keep healing it.
Yep, so this is a very safe and if a little slow, it is perfectly safe. Your physical damage here is basically nothing, and you're again hitting for that time hitting for exactly 1,500, but roughly 1,500.
And we do find some ethers down here. And I think Scratch just kind of committed to not picking up that Rydia.
Yep, has what looks like 5 Ether 2s in hand and has cashed out the Sylph Summon here, so terribly uninterested in Rydia here at this point. Yeah, Ethers are just to make sure that Tella can remana, because Tella's 100 MP pool will almost always be fulfilled by an Ether 2.
There's nothing worse than being completely out and it not giving you your full 100 back.
Yeah, sometimes it gives 96, so you have to be kind of a little aware of that.
And then you're like, I'm trying to do a D-Machine grind here. Not that we do D-Machine grinds anymore.
Yeah, vanilla giant flag means that if you go into the giant, the only way out is to kill the 2 bosses in your way, which can be very, very slow, and since we know the boss objective is not there, it can be very detrimental. Of course, first things first for Scratchdragon, he's doing free checks. What a coward! Fight bosses!
Rule number 1 of free enterprise, check your freebies.
That was just for Scratchdragon. That was just for Scratchdragon for the recording, by the way. You should check your freebies. That actually makes perfect sense. But he's a coward and should be fighting bosses.
But it looks like we might get a temp job dwarf check here.
He is giving us the loop there.
He heard you in the past call him out.
I spoke with Scratchdragon in particular about that. Oh wow, he sells the Mazamune instantly. Sells the second Stardust Rod. He's like, yo, I have complete control of this seed. I just want to have money. But yeah. I mean, committing to no Rydia, committing to no Edge, committing to finding Kane, I guess.
And isn't going to give us the Feymarch chest.
Yeah, he's gonna come in here. He's gonna continue his item shop loop. We haven't found Sirens yet. We haven't found Hourglasses either. I don't think Bacchus Wines were on the table either. Lord Bob Bree throws out Edward, is going to gear up this Cecil for a fight and then not get one, basically. May be able to get through this fight with Cure 2s, though. A Cure 2 potion on Cecil will get you close, because 600 plus the heal off of it will get you very close to the necessary damage threshold. So that'll work out. Scratchdragon is not fighting the bosses there. He's going to go to the Feymarch instead. Going to check the last shop down there and get the free key item. See how Lord Bob Bree deals with Dark Knight Cecil here, though.
Looks like Scratch also might be doing a little bit of looting, trying to see if he finds that that trap chest early.
Another defense sword. You needed a third one of those, right?
Do they sell well?
Yeah, they sell pretty well. They're on like lightsaber tier. They sell for like on these flags about 13 grand. Yeah, so Cure 2 on Cecil, easy game. Definitely gonna survive here. Gonna try and queue a life potion, but does not get it in time. So Horm will stay dead, and Cecil will be the only one to get experience here, but that's okay. Cecil's a good character to get experience on. Speaking of swords, there's a sword.
Now we just need the shiny rock that goes with it.
Yeah, and then you get an Excalibur for Cecil, and then you know what you do with Cecil?
Go burr.
Yep, and now it is time to probably resell those vampires. There are certainly Sirens there, so it is time to dump some inventory, it looks like. Selling that ninja sword, selling some heavy armor. just gonna grab 10 sirens, gonna grab 13 sirens, some star veils, restocking here. But Scratch is done basically shopping the underground as Lord Bob Bree just gets his underground access right now.
And we'll hopefully get a check here of the Feymarch bosses. We'll see if they're anything we might be able to take on now, or if we're going to be like, nope, never Feymarch.
I mean, I'm pretty deep on Team Never Feymarch, but, you know, everybody's different on that front. One of those bosses is very, very free, and Mega Sisters in the Asura spot is fine. It's not the worst. So, you know, I could see this being doable, but Scratchdragon instead is going to take the coward's path and exit out. Please note I would never call any other runner a coward. This is because Scratchdragon is my friend.
Looks like he wants to check his last 2 freebies, and then we'll see. The world is really pretty much open to him.
Yeah, Lord Bob Bree starting at the pan as well. Going to get this pan taken care of as well. I mean, the big thing is we have the tower key, we have Dwarf Castle, so 2 checks in the tower, 1 check at Dwarf Castle with a character behind it. The 2 Feymarch bosses are there, and I guess you could go to the moon.
And there's the Luca key, which is everyone's favorite check.
The other item was an apple, Carhawk, so nothing there at that point. But super useful that we get another key item for the underground here. Basically giving us the full underground tour access at this point in time. Lord Bob Bree gets his Hanzo Steel here. Scratchdragon is going to go underground and give us a look at
Eggs.
Oh, yeah, we have Sirens. He's going to give us a look at some levels, because levels are power. See, this is a smart play, because if you kill some eggs with those couple of coffins you have, you get a pile of experience. 34 grand a fight.
And Eddie wasting time by hiding.
Yeah, that's the problem with leaving Edward at 1 hit point.
Especially since he's so heckin' fast.
Yeah, so he ends up going first a lot of the time in the early game, especially before you get a bunch of levels on your characters here. So Lord Bob Bree is going to locate some Sirens, going to sell some items here. Does need to dump some inventory. He's going to keep the edge weapons, it looks like. What else is leaving the inventory here? You have Thunder Rod, you've got an Ogre Axe. Yeah, there's a Flame Rod, going to sell that heal potion. You know, dumping some inventory to make some room. You know, you need some slots for stuff here. Also, Scratchdragon came across a Moonveil and I didn't see where, so that's a nice have too.
Yeah, if we do find a nasty physical boss somewhere, that can be free. But we'll see if Lord Bob Bree actually wants to take on these bosses down here, at least the Kaipo guards.
Yep. Scratchdragon even using Telestone here to continue loading up on experience. As you can see now, Yang's going to be over 1,600 hit points likely, or at least in the high 15s, and Cecil's going to be close to that as well soon. Yep, Bob Bree does pop the officer-soldier fight here. Tella gets dumped instantly. But he does have the 2 coffins. He's going to queue one up with Porum here. You can back this up with a life potion for the life glitch. There you go. There's the good stuff. Get a ton of experience from this spot. This fight's over now. The soldiers without any guidance will fight amongst themselves for the balance of the fight, and you then just need to kill the rest of them.
Yeah, they get very confused if nobody points out who the enemy is.
It's that guy over there.
You mean me? I'm the enemy?
No, you're not that guy. That guy over there. You know, Cecil. That guy.
I better hit myself because I'm the enemy.
Oh, right. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. But yeah, Scratchdragon is just... Now Scratchdragon's casting Stop on eggs, so that basically gets free turns to punch the egg. So not even casting Stone anymore, just gonna go ahead and fight the eggs now for more... Even wants more experience here. But we'll see if Lord Bob Bree gets paid off for doing this free check other than a big pile of useful experience, of course.
Wow.
He finds a bonus 34,000 experience points and leaves. Well, you know, they can't all be winners, right?
Fey March, never change.
But yeah, so I mean, Lord Bob Bree's gonna crack some eggs, and he has to crack, or at least, no, he's gonna go to the tower instead. I guess he figures he's got his Siren's worth of levels here, so he's a happy camper and gonna climb up. Party in the mid-20s right now, Forum leading the way at 28. Scratchdragon's party floating around in the low 30s right now, a little bit ahead on experience here, decided to pop a bunch of eggs for safety. And we're gonna take a look at this first boss here. It's a blue robe.
Will we see one dancing blue robe or 4 dancing blue robes?
Four. Oh.
Well, just wait. We could have another blue robe after. Wait, no, we can't. Never mind.
Now I'm sad.
Well, maybe it's hard required on the moon.
At the Ogopogo spot?
I always hope so.
Lord Bob Bree instead decides to take it to the tower. Is gonna do the lower tower spot first, finds Leviathan here, and is gonna... This spot only has like 900 hit points. It's normally 3 Dark Imps, so gonna just crush it real quick. And Scratchdragon hits Water Hag 3 times, which is what is required in this to win the Water Hag fight. Water Hag goes Arc.
And now we'll see if we are going to face leg or quarter leg.
I'm here for leg.
And that is our last duplicate with a 3rd Porum.
Hey, you want another Porum? Scratchdragon doesn't. I'm just gonna cash out the Boreas and then swing away with with the sword and get to the Rubicant talk script.
Rubicant is here to waste your time.
Yeah, if you reduce Ruby to a certain percentage of his maximum health, which is normally his end condition at the 23,000 health spot in Upper Babel, he will start babbling how he lost now, but he'll be back later or something. You usually don't see that script in the randomizer because usually you drop Ruby to 0 and he just dies. But here we are. Look at that! Look at that!
That
oh no!
Spicy.
Oh no! Lord Bob Bree gets the forbidden knowledge. Giant is dead, but 23,000 hit points of Miss Dragon could be in our future. However, this Yang is totally free. We don't have to fight through the hit points because Cecil will kill Yang.
Ouch.
Once Yang queues up kick number 2, he becomes vulnerable to Paladin Cecil. Any physical attack from Paladin Cecil will will hurt him very badly, and he will go ouch like he is wounded and then die. Also, what was the item at Dwarf Castle? I'm bad and didn't see.
I was paying too much attention to Miss Dragon.
Yeah, that's fair. That I think it was really hyped there. I didn't see any new key items light up for Scratchdragon, so I'm going to assume it's a Dragoon Spear. So nothing. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. Something for Scratchdragon to sell the way that he's been playing the seed.
Sell and buy more sirens. Or coffee.
But he is going to fight this encounter chest here on the way up in Tower of Babel. So encounter chests give you a chance for tier 7 items in this flag set. That's of course very, very important. It's the only way that you can get them other than boss spots. Finds another Moss Immune? That's not... You know Scratch wants a Crystal Sword or an Avenger. That's really what he's looking for.
I mean, don't we all want a Crystal Sword or an Avenger?
Yes. So Lord Bob Bree with a pass and a Twin Harp Tower has the goods.
That is a great pickup for Lord Bob Bree. Looks like he might be going to Fabul. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got to clean it. He doesn't have the Luca key. I just got to clean up his pan checks here, and then I would not be surprised if he was going to give us what we all want.
Whose butt?
Still a little early, I think. I think we're still a little off on that one. Lord Bob Bree did not check the waterfall. Does not know where Mon Bomb is at this time. Yep. There it is. I mean, if you're gonna pull, if you're gonna roll those dice, you might as well get rewarded.
And Scratchdragon is immediately like, give me all those things. And gonna make Cecil go burr.
Look, Scratchdragon has sold a lot of gear in this flag set at this time. Scratchdragon has sold a Moss Immune. Scratchdragon has sold a couple defense swords and a lightsaber. No, he is not selling. He is not selling the finger of destruction, the crystal sword. That's not happening. Scratchdragon is done with every other character's DPS output at this point in time.
And gonna immediately go save before taking on that top of tower. You don't want to find a cheeky wyvern there.
And then lose your crystal sword. That would be the worst.
But Lord Bob Bree is about to give us one of our favorite checks here in Free Enterprise.
Wait, whose butt?
Almost. Soon.
Soon.
But we don't like to hear that nasty music that Edward puts out, so we randomize that.
Yeah, whoever had the bright idea that make Complete Cave Magnus a required objective in nearly every seed for the tournament. Very smart, whoever that was. I'd have to go look in the Discord and see who it was. I don't remember.
I was going to ask if it was you.
No, do I look smart?
Yes.
Fair.
But we're going to go ahead, we're going to be quiet, and let y'all listen to some DJ Spoonie B.
Golbez has showed up to ruin the music.
So rude.
Robo's theme sounded really good though. But yeah, Golbez is here. Does not have a lot of magic power in the spot, but of course also does not have a lot of physical defense to say a lightsaber on Cecil. God, this is gonna be painful, isn't it? He's a defense sword, so not gonna get the quad damage from the holy weakness on Golbez, but still should make very quick work of this otherwise uneventful fight. Scratchdragon's gonna Crystal Sword Cecil here and like, hey, I'm gonna kill this Mom Bomb now.
Looked like he was trying to get the explode skip, but unfortunately that Cecil just didn't put out quite enough damage. And Skullakitty giving us the lore in chat. It was Invenerable who initially suggested the required heart for the 3-miss zone, and then Moonblaze Wolf bringing the idea back for the Lali-Ho League.
Yep, Flurry is also involved. I also went and was double checking during music because what else am I going to do? Like watch the race or pay attention or do my job or something? Come on, that's gauche.
I didn't see what he got as his reward, so I was also not watching.
It was a very important pink tail, doubly required harp. We are now down to, on Scratchdragon's side, he is literally down to Rock or Hook, so Adamant or Hook will finish the seed for him at this time. Lord Bree needs to check that waterfall soon. That is a missing boss on his side that is very important, and he has no idea that it's there and hasn't checked it, and he's going to instead go to the double check it. Oh, Dwarf Castle here instead.
Yep, hopefully before heading up to, say, the moon, he does make that check.
Yeah, that would be potentially devastating. Needing to get both key items off of the moon potentially, where Scratchdragon would only need one, or trying to prize it out of like the second spot in Feymarch that he hasn't done yet.
But once Scratchdragon gets through this fight, where do you go?
We have the Luca key in hand, so we could just go face check that. We know where Mist Dragon is. It's behind Hook, so we're never going to need to fight Mist Dragon on this flag set at this point. Or at least in this matchup, because you only need 4 objectives, so never going to need to fight that Mist Dragon, so Forbidden Knowledge doesn't matter. Like, if you face check Luca Cave, that's probably the most logical check. Scratchdragon will have the levels and possibly the grind to go do both Feymarch bosses as well.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go up to the moon without at least finishing off Earth, knowing that you're that close.
Okay, so Lord Bob Bree is going to finish off the Dwarf Castle location. Going to get his Dragoon Spear for Kane not appearing in this seed at this point. Scratchdragon is working through Golbez here, working towards the end of music at this point in time. And again, will be pleasantly rewarded as he deposits Golbez in the Deep Ravine with the Crystal Sword. Wait, wrong boss spot. But yeah, so gonna get his Pink Tail. Luca Key, 2 Feymarch spots open for Scratchdragon, 1 Feymarch spot, Luca Key open for Lord Bob Bree. I'm trying to think if Bob Bree has skipped anything else at this point in time, and I don't think he has. He's gonna go face check Luca Cave, which makes sense here.
Yep, for Lord Bob Bree, a boss check still outstanding, and just having that Luca key in general.
Yeah, Scratchdragon did some extra shopping. He did a couple of encounter chests in the Tower of Babel. So slightly behind on that front here. Is likely to get to the Luca Cave slightly behind Lord Bob Bree. Lord Bob Bree also killed the first free boss down there. He killed the guards down there. Didn't get anything for it in terms of key items, but does have that already belted here. So Scratchdragon's been traveling around a little bit, been a little slow on that front, but it's really coming down to that waterfall check being really fruitful for Scratch at this point in time as well.
Yep, it was a great early check to make. Just have that knowledge. But both our runners entering Luca Cave. We'll see if there is value here.
Yep, Scratch just hot on his heels now, dashing to the bottom. Opens up the chest there and just grabs a casual ribbon out of the sealed cave. Sure, why not?
I mean, for all those characters who unfortunately don't have any gear on because Scratchdragon just kind of put it all on Cecil.
And then sold the rest. It's a rat tail, so it's an item that you need, but no hook yet. Scratchdragon can pass on this, interestingly enough. Having the boss check already under his belt, and having Twin Harp already located, there is no scenario for him that would require the rat tail.
We'll see if he picks up on that. I didn't even think that far.
Yeah, rat tail, it does not matter because it requires the hook to turn in. So he can pass on this. He can reset right now. He might not have thought there, he did it. He resets out immediately. Just decides to say, no, I don't need that. I know that can't be the solution. And leaves and heads over to the Feymarch for free, while Lord Bob Bree has to work through this Dark Elf, who is not spellcasting very hard, but the second form's melee attacks will sting a fair bit. And of course, having your spellcasters turn to pigs is not ideal either.
Yeah, pigs, not the best at casting magic.
They can still fight real good, though, so if, Yang gets turned into a pig, his fists still work really well.
Well, I mean, pigs are pretty big and bulky and would probably hurt if they tried to punch you.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, gonna D-Pig here so Rydia can do some work here. D-Breath does percentage damage. If you resist it, it's 10%, otherwise it's 25. Berserk on Yang, so got the double Zerkers going for this second half of Dark Elf, so this shouldn't be all too bad, honestly. It's just a matter of finishing the job, basically.
And Scratchdragon, understandably taking the free fight first. Gonna get the wonderful Siren reward.
He is going to cast Stop here, so he might be interested in getting some of the rewards for this particular spot. Also going to cover Tella for safety purposes here. But with the back soldiers stop, the front ones won't do anything because... Actually, wait, nope, never mind. I got that backwards. Only works off an hourglass.
And looks like Scratch was trying to see if he had any coffins left. Unfortunately, doesn't.
With no boss bit though, cast weak on the back one. Gonna queue a Cecil swing and gonna queue a life potion here. So the stop does stop it. There was a queued up action already, and then stop is fine here. Tell his spell power not the best, but it was enough.
And then we're just gonna Zerk that Cecil up and very quickly take out these guards if they don't take each other out themselves.
Is Crystal Sword Cecil good?
Usually.
Seems okay, right?
A really fancy sword.
The fanciest. 4,500. I don't know if that's good damage or not.
And Scratch getting twice as much experience because he is at 10 key items at this point.
Yep, and Bob Bree is going to do some eggs for safety here. Going to get this, going to get his double experience on these eggs. 68 grand a shot here. Because he wants enough to take on this Mega Sister spot, most likely. He's not headed to the moon yet. He's going to go and do the Mega Sisters first.
And we'll see if this pays out for our runners at all, or if Feymarch is completely haunted.
If this does pay out, Lord Bobbery would need to figure out that he hasn't done Waterfall and that the boss is there, but Scratchdragon would have a fairly good advantage at this point in time because of that. If this isn't it, Lord Bobbery still needs to check the Waterfall, potentially, to make sure he's got 3 objectives down. If it becomes a key item hunt on the moon with Scratch needing 1 and Lord Bobbery needing 2, that can be a very bad outcome for Lord Bobbery, potentially. So gonna put the Rune Axe on Cecil and then pop a Bacchus Wine. By timing it that way and taking a complete command, it does finish re-equipping the weapon. So the Rune Axe will do full quad damage here. It actually ends up hitting harder than the Crystal Sword. And then Lord Bobbery is doing the same, equipping the Rune Axe as well. The only problem is Rune Axe has lower accuracy, so it might not be better. It might be equivalent.
Well, and now you just want to keep your Porum alive so that she can get some experience and hopefully get a little bit closer to Cure 4.
Yeah, everyone is mentioning that Demist having hook. Demist cannot have the hook because Demist is on the hook route at the Rubicon spot. That's why Scratchdragon was able to nope out of the tail, because he knows that if he finds the hook, he's in go mode anyway, so it can't be rat tail.
And we are getting swag rocks again on Scratchdragon's side, if the cast ever finishes.
Magic power in the spot, pretty darn good. Porum toasted on both sides. But Cecil with a Rune Axe here is just carving through the sisters here, just one by one.
But Tella stealing the kill from Cecil.
Big swag. The quick finish on the center sister first for Lord Bob Bree here, and then just going to finish off the other 2. It is just a Moonveil down here. That's great for Lord Bob Bree, all things considered. Hey, Alice.
What?
We should go to the moon.
Is that where the butt is?
Yes, that's where the butt is.
Let's go to the moon.
There's only one problem.
We have to come back to Earth first.
We don't have a crystal.
You can still go talk to Zeromus.
It's a bad idea.
That feeling of horror when you're looking through your inventory and the crystal's not there.
Yeah, that moment of realization that you're going to have to reset after a 3.5-minute walk to the bottom. Oh no, Lord Bob Bree is going to the moon without checking the waterfall. This is now the kind of the difficult scenario where Lord Bob Bree needs 2 key items and Scratchdragon needs 1. Only advantage, Lord Bob Bree knows that there's a Mylon variant at the first spot here. If it's Mylon Z, Scratchdragon is going to look at it and then embarrass Mylon Z live on stream for everybody's entertainment. But this is not optimal for Lord Bob Bree. He's in a little bit of a pickle now, and he doesn't even know it.
Yep. Best case scenario is Lord Bob Bree goes straight to the bottom and pulls, say, a hook and a shiny rock out of the ribbon room.
So he gets the full Invenerable?
Yeah.
It's only regular Mylon here. Does need to remember to re-equip Cecil. Cecil does have a Rune Axe. He's just going to reset. He's not even going to waste the time cycling around to Cecil again. So going to re-equip real quick and then run back down. Yeah, and Lord Bob Bree is immediately going to the upper check. He's going to do Pale Dim's Altar first here.
And finds Plague here.
I mean, with Defense Sword, could consider a damage race option here, but likely to kill and raise Tella for count strats. Basically, count gets refreshed if anybody in your party does not have it, because the game intends for you all to fall at the same time. So if you, say, accidentally off Tella with a virus, you would never do that, right? Or have somebody punch him in the back or something, you can then raise him up and reset the counters on your party.
And looks like he is going to go ahead and try and punch Tella in the face. We'll see if he's able to get him raised back up in time.
Yeah, the timing on this is a little dicey here for sure. You still do need to life Tella here. You don't get the reset if everybody has counters. The Berserk Cecil may stay up, however, and that would just allow him to finish the fight that way instead on character speed here. Because sometimes with Berserk, if the queue is completely clogged with abilities, you never get the last tick, and so your character never dies.
This is terrifying.
This might be the situation that he's in, is that with good agility anchoring off of Tella, he might be okay. This might just not... His characters might just not die here, and that would finish this fight for free.
And there we go.
So there's the topside finish. Pale Dim Altar goes down, and that is the hook! Scratchdragon usually does this spot last. He's not usually a top-down clearer. He's usually a Bahamut to bottom clearer, so he might get lucky here. Lord Bob Bree is going to go check that rat tail immediately, and he might even check that Mist Dragon, but we here in the booth know that isn't it. But if he remembers he hasn't done Waterfall, he's going to win this race.
Looks like he is cabining up. We'll see if he gets back in the moon, or...
He's turning around and he's going back in. Yeah, people are mentioning that Rat Tail could be Adamant Rock. It doesn't have to be that the Adamant Rock is down here. Because he has the Rat Tail. Rat Tail could still turn into Adamant anyway.
Unfortunately, Scratchdragon just getting another ninja sword.
And Lord Bob Bree not gambling. He's gonna go, it looks like, to the bottom here. Let's see how if he decides to go down to Crystal Sword Altar, if he goes all the way down. Scratchdragon's going to hop in here, and we'll see if he decides to do Plague and get his hook doing top down, which, again, Scratchdragon's made some aggressive plays. It's kind of in his, it could be in his arsenal, but he didn't save, meaning that this is likely a run to a save point at the bottom.
And for all we know, one of these checks could still be behind the Baron key.
Yeah, and the big thing is that Lord Bob Bree could just not get the adamant down here as well, and then Scratchdragon eventually gets the hook while Lord Bob Bree is chasing a little bit. Again, this is where things are really interesting right now, because Scratchdragon is playing directly according to expectation, doing Bahamut to bottom, and Lord Bob Bree doing straight top down at this point, skipping the Mylan spot, which we know was nothing. A lot is gonna ride on this Crystal Sword Altar if Scratchdragon walks past it.
Yep, if this is just straight up the adamant, Lord Bob Bree is in go mode.
This is not the fight you want to see at that altar, though. That is the worst fight in the game to see at the Crystal Sword Altar. Lord Bob Bree, very well aware of that fact, immediately, not even thinking about it, bails out. Smart call, certainly, but does not get any advantage from that potential check because, well, killing Ogopogo there is just a task.
Yeah, and without having the crystal sword advantage that Scratchdragon has. But it looks like both of our runners are going to be checking these 3 spots.
Yeah, this routing is getting real spicy right now for both these runners, and they're doing different checks. Scratchdragon does have a Crystal Sword, which does half damage to Octomom here, but just gonna let it rock. Wyvern's here at the White Sword Altar, or the White Spear Altar, so just gonna pop 2 Star Veils, and this fight's free because he's anchored properly. Cecil survives, and everybody else is gonna die, but Cecil could probably solo this even with a Defense Sword. Yang survives the Mega Nuke because he's just a boss.
Yeah, this is definitely a nicer place to see Wyvern than a lot of other places.
Yeah, so based on agility here, we could just see Yang raise up the party just to sop up nukes for this team. Just to make sure, because Wyvern only just casts single target nukes at this point in time. So you just raise everybody up and then you're good, right? You're taking 1500 damage a nuke, but, you know, if you can raise 2 characters and only lose 1, it doesn't matter. Yang is a Thunderclaw for his Scratchdragon's Yang is on Thunderclaw, which is saving the day here for sure, as he is picking up the pieces that Cecil has left behind with the Crystal Sword here.
Meanwhile, Lord Bob Bree is in a little bit of a pickle.
Yeah, spot's a little too quick. It
is mono a mono here with Wyvern.
But with the proper anchoring here, you can see Cecil is just getting 2, 3, getting the 2 and 4 swings away here. Is going to survive the first nuke cast, probably survives the second one. So yeah, he actually takes it down. It goes down, but Scratchdragon getting 2 checks to Bob Bree's 1 here, and Bob Bree gets, oh my god, it's the Adamant Rock. Bob Bree is in go mode. Scratchdragon needs to head over to that altar right now. Because that's his go mode if he does it. He's going to do some re-equipping because he got a white shirt here. But every second, he doesn't know it now, but every second matters here because Lord Bob Bree pulled a rabbit out of the hat here and got both of his objectives, and he's in the lead now. He's heading back to Earth.
And both runners are going to have to go through that long turn-in to get that Excalibur. But yeah, right now the difference is the time it takes to turn in a rat tail.
Thing here though is that does Lord Bob Bree need grind, right? Like, also Scratchdragon has a Crystal Sword on Cecil as opposed to a Defense Sword here. right? That's a tremendous difference here. We know Yang is likely to survive this mega nuke here. 3144, more than enough hit points. Going to immediately life up for him here. Cecil successfully reflected. So Cecil, I don't know if we have a Bacchus wine on. We do not have a Bacchus wine on Scratchdragon's side here, so he's going to rely on Porum surviving this, but he's going to get some characters up to soak nukes here first. It's just an Artemis bow for the pink tail, but that's done now. So no check required there.
Oh, that was the rat tail.
That
so
was the
the
rat
pink
tail. It's even better, possibly. It's oh no!
Oh my God!
Oh,
It's
no!
a crystal.
Everything coming up, Lord Bob Bree, one after the other. You want a crystal sword? You want go mode? You want a pass? You got it. Here, have everything. Have it all. What a finish at this point in time, potentially. Lord Bob Bree might even not have to grind now. He might be just good without. He's got to go underground to forge, so he's going to go underground either way, but we'll see how much he decides to grind here. Scratchdragon, not a big grinder, certainly. I think he might need to get Porum to Cure 4. But yeah, this is gonna be tight.
We'll see. I don't remember if we saw Cure 3s for sale anywhere.
This is just amazing. Just top down all the cards all at once. Just protect rings, no need for those. Scratchdragon also has go mode, has got to go back to Earth here. We're gonna see how much Scratchdragon grinds here, but this is it, everybody. This is what it comes down to right now.
Ty?
Oh, we could have. We don't know yet. It's in the cards potentially. If both our runners decide to grind the same amount of time, anything is possible right now, but yeah.
We see Lord Bob Bree going to go ahead and put a few more levels. Definitely want to get that Porum to Cure 4.
Yeah, the tough thing is, do you take your Radiated Nuke here? You have a Crystal Sword Cecil Cure 4 Porum with a Lunar Staff, White Shirt, Rune Ring, can carry that duo and gang, so that trio can carry your team home without any assistance. Cure 4, maybe a Sura Summon for backup just in case we don't have that, I don't believe. But Lord Bob Bree, 1 egg. 68,000 experience points. So let's see. There's Wall, waiting on Cure 4 still. There's the Adamant for Scratchdragon. As he finishes up, he's going to go ahead down and get his crystal. We'll see if he decides to check the shop or skip the shop. At this point, honestly, he's going to check it. He's going to see nothing of interest here. He buys a Pro Ring. He's got a crystal now. He is just a hair behind here. Lit 3 is obtained on Rydia. Bob Bree pops another Siren. He's going to keep going here. I think he wants Nuke on Rydia. I think he's going to go fully to 50 here, which is a bit of a hike. If he's got the Sirens for it, great.
I don't know that he does.
He might not.
She takes a dumb amount of experience to get to Nuke.
Pops another Siren. Scratchdragon's going to do the same.
Now, Scratchdragon's Porum is a little bit higher. I think only needs 1 or 2 Sirens.
Just do 2. He could do 1 or 2 Sirens to white here as well. That's it. Lord Bob Bree is done. Got Cure 4. He's a happy camper. He's out of here. You've got Cecil swinging away here. Scratchdragon, 1 egg. 68,000 experience. Level on Cecil. Level on Porum here. Maybe not comfortable with the Porum health here. Gonna pop another. Scratchdragon gonna play it safe here. Level 48 Porum does have Cure 4, but she's got 1,478 hit points on Lord Bob Bree's screen. Not a lot of health to play with here. Porum gains a level. Does not have white just yet. Scratchdragon gonna pop another Siren into the inventory. Gonna heal up Edward. Gonna go, and yeah, there's the Siren hit here. Needs to keep Edward healed so he doesn't auto-hide. Burning time here. Lord Bob Bree is going in. Hour 24 and change here. Hey, Alice.
But
But another siren for Scratch. He wants white. He wants that holy magic on Porum here for sure. Thunderclaw Yang goes first, and that's a bit of a liability here. Timing is off, so is going to get the yellow dragon hatch. Cecil covers, it's fine. Gonna swing away here. Gonna finish off another yellow dragon. Checking for spells here. Porum is going to learn white here. Scratch has got to be done. He's just doing this for DPS purposes. He's got to go up. Pops, nope, he is gonna pop 2 apples on Porum for safety. And pops
another siren.
still grinding. Losing time. Lord Bob Bree would probably need a wipe at this point in time. Another egg, 3,000 damage. Crystal Sword Cecil, big flexin', but is it really necessary here? Porum gonna get to around 1860 here in terms of HP. 1872, another.
But we have to ask the question.
Whose butt is about to be revealed on Lord Bob Bree's screen. Is this the big comeback that Lord Bob Bree is going to need to stay alive in this tournament? Is he going to eliminate one of our old school stalwarts in week 5?
And Scratchdragon is on his way, is happy with his Porum.
Roughly a 2-minute deficit to make up, and it is Swopomus. So you take Zeromus, right? You know Zeromus is like red in the middle and kind of has those blue orbs on the outside. What if we just swapped those? Perfect. Absolutely perfect, as the lead was swapped right at the end of the race here. I can't think of a better sprite right now, honestly. But yeah, so here we go. We've got Berserk on Cecil. We're going to get Berserk on Yang here. And Rydia are literally just fodder at this point in time. Gonna try and queue off a second Berserk just to make sure, because they're it's a cure 4 to keep Yang alive first and foremost. So gonna heal his Yang up first. There's a swing with Cecil, 5,000 damage. Crystal Sword Cecil, if that, even the way all of this fell out, if that Crystal Sword doesn't pop out at the pink tail, I don't know if Lord Bob Bree is in this race right now.
And Porum survives the first Big Bang, but I don't know if she'll survive a second.
1575, it's unlikely, but you got it. You're kind of risking that here. Is that what you're basically risking is that you can re-berserk your Cecil and use your black hole to life up your Porum and heal your party. Is this a standard strategy? No. It's a strategy that certainly works though. Edward Crystal here for Scratchdragon. Cecil gets the second turn here, and I don't think there's a Bacchus Wine on deck here. So is likely going to either have to burn this turn or wait a moment and throw a Silk Web. No, he's going to burn the turn here just to get through it. Crystal Nerf here. Going to go, so Lord Bob Bree going for a Nerf on Big Bang 2 by firing the Crystal here. Needs to Nerf to keep Porum in this game here, base. Oh no, not what you want to see though.
That is the worst outcome. She still holds on. We'll see if that Cure 4 gets off in time.
It has no delay, but if the Big Bang's already queued, this Cure 4 won't go off. It does go off successfully. Scratchdragon nerfs the first Big Bang here. Getting his party set up right now. He's got Tella for Berserk, and he's got Porum for Berserk. First Shake goes out. Edward gonna go to the back. I'm gonna keep Edward in tow just in case of things going incredibly wrong. Third Shake for Lord Bob Bree. Cecil is doing Cecil things right now on screen, though. Yang hit for about 1,200. Scratchdragon gets his chainsaw up and running into first Big Bang. Gonna cast Cure 4. With Edward out of the picture, this Cure 4 is gonna hit a little harder. Rydia fires it off. Crystal, Nerf 3. Going for Nerf 3 here. Zeromus, counter nuke. Targeting Cecil. That's fine. You don't mind that. He does have enough gear to stay above. Oh, he's not above 1,200. He could die.
Only 750.
easy every time, right? So full Cure 4 directly on Cecil. We're going to see Black Hole for Lord Bob Bree next, I believe. We've got Yang and Cecil working here. Tella dead for Scratchdragon. 2 Zerkers working. Porum is absolutely not going to die, basically, for Scratchdragon with that white shirt as well, so I don't think he's super concerned. Lord Bob Bree has comparable equipment, though. Black Hole wipes out the Berserks here. So we're going to need to get re-Berserk. Cecil's going to get a full swing in here for less damage because you lose the 50% damage output. That Yang those extra levels on Yang are really paying off, though. Like, the extra damage multiplier is Yang is hitting for nearly twice as much at this point in time. There's another shake. Nuke comes out from Zeromus for Lord Bob Bree, hitting on Yang. No big deal there. Cecil continuing to work. Big Bang for Scratchdragon. Gonna queue a Cure 4, bring this party back to full juice here. It's really gonna come down to it. It's close. There's Meteor, though. We've got rocks. Two swings from Cecil's gonna take this one home at this point in time. Scratchdragon, though, his Yang's putting in some work here. His Cecil's putting in some work here. This is gonna be real close at this point. There's a Black Hole, though, for Scratchdragon, so he's not quite at 12,000 to go. Rocks out for Bob Bree. Down goes Yang. That's fine. Cecil's alive. That's all that matters. All you could ever ask for. What a come-from-behind victory. Rocks for Scratchdragon, a hair too late. That's just... this one's gonna sting. Lord Bob Bree, I believe, catches the biggest break of this event at this point in time. Misses a free boss, plucks both items off of the moon. Easy every time. 1 hour, 30 minutes, 31 seconds.
And right behind him is Scratchdragon, just a little bit behind, just those last few eggs, with an official time of 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 52 seconds.
For people keeping track at home, 1 egg takes roughly 20 seconds.
It was that Yang. That Yang swinging first. But I do believe we are joined by both Lord Bob Bree and Scratchdragon. GG's to you both.
GG's.
GG's, thank you.
Whew. Well, I'm exhausted. How about y'all?
I need my blanket.
Pretty much. I was in panic for maybe the last 15 minutes or so of that seed.
All right, who's got questions? Let's get questions in here. I had a lot of fun with this one.
This one was amazing.
I guess first of all, yeah, Lord Bob Bree, you didn't check that waterfall boss.
And that was Mom Bomb.
Yep.
Oh well.
When you went up to the moon, how were you feeling? Were you feeling behind, ahead?
I was feeling pretty behind because the Scratchdragon went up to the moon before me. That was a lead at that point, since there's definitely stuff up there.
Well, and you going top down, yeah, just pulling first that hook and then the adamant. But you didn't want to take on that Ogopogo.
I was meaning to face check the bosses, but when I ran into Wyvern, that just got me into, reflexively had me start doing the Star Veil stuff, so I just went with it. So that was pretty lucky, actually.
And then I guess question for Scratchdragon. You kept pushing with eggs past Cure 4. Was there something specific you were trying to hit? An HP total?
Safety. I said an extra one won't kill me, and then an extra one killed me. But no, I had a race. I had a race against Silverfire that if I had done maybe 1 or 2 more eggs, I wouldn't have wiped, and I lost that race. So in this one, I took a extra egg for safety, thinking that I was either A ahead or B hopelessly behind after checking Faye March and Luca. So I said, you just do it for safety, and well, the safety was a difference of 20 seconds, 21 seconds.
Yep, 21 seconds.
Ah.
Basically one egg for a draw.
Yeah, give or take. One of the eggs actually took extra time too because the turn order got all screwed up.
Yeah, that Yang decided to hit first.
Yeah, I was just holding A, thinking that Cecil was going to go first between all of that, but just that nagging feeling in the back of my head. I sat there and said to myself, if it's Luca, then I can just outright just win right here. And I checked it, and it was the rat tail, and I said to myself, no. I need to finish the Earth. Hopefully Hook or Adamant is behind one of the Fae March bosses. And then when it was neither, I sat there and I said to myself, I'm behind. I'm absolutely behind now.
Yeah, it was, like I said, that was exhausting. Y'all both just, as soon as you found that Adamant Lord, Bob Bree, were like, oh, or it was the Hook, and we're like, oh my.
Where was the Hook? I wasn't paying attention.
It was at Murasame Altar at the top of the moon, but you almost always do Bahamut Bottom, and that's exactly what you did.
I mean, you have a plan and you stick with it, right? I went Bahamut Bottom here because if one of the items I needed was behind Bahamut, then I just turn back and go. If not, then I should just do the regular bottom up route.
Yeah, it's absolutely correct. Like, I absolutely know, not criticizing. That's exactly the play. It's a play I make basically all the time too. It's it's the best moon route.
Mm-hmm. I had Pink Tail at that point, and Legend Sword. So it's I went with the standard, and Rat Tail being behind Luca was a period of dread as well.
Here's the thing, based on the logic, you had already seen Mist Dragon. Right? Mist Dragon was at the Hook route.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got the Hook, it gave you Go Mode. Mist Dragon can't have the Hook. Rat Tail can't have the Hook. You didn't. You reset out of the Rat Tail correctly because there was no scenario in which you needed it.
Yep. So I don't know. I might be just gibbered up from how close this actually was.
It was an incredible race for sure. I called you a coward like twice.
What'd I do now?
You checked freebies. I mean, you didn't have a choice, but you checked your freebies.
Listen, if I don't have a choice, that doesn't mean... Listen, I didn't have a choice. Leave me alone. I didn't want to.
I know you didn't want to. It's fine.
Really didn't want to.
I know.
And this time when I checked the good stuff, I was aptly rewarded for it? Whatever.
Question mark?
Yeah, well, I mean, this game doesn't reward me. Come on now. Me and you both know this.
That's the nature of the game. You are a very good friend, Scratchdragon. It's tough to see it go down like this, but that's the way of the game at this point. You ran real well, and you got kind of edged out at the end. Bob Bree, you've got an elimination match next week also. Any preparation, anything on your mind after taking out one of the old school stalwarts of the game? You could probably take out anybody, right?
I wish. I'm gonna have to be really ready for next week.
Nah, you got this. Easy. What's the worst that could happen? Wait, no, stop. Don't say anything, stop it.
Let me go look it up, hold on.
I was halfway thinking that it was going to be behind Mist Dragon, or that this was going to be one of those types of seeds. That would have been fun. That would have been real fun. Mom stole my video game.
Well, Lord Bob Bree, is there anybody you don't want to face next week?
I'm not sure who's in the pool I'd be up to, but I know there are quite a number that will give me a lot of trouble. So
Well, you both did fantastic. It was a great race to watch. I would definitely recommend watching it back. But yeah, y'all both did amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
thank you.
And Demarine, do you have anything else you'd like to ask our runners?
No, I'm good. I'm tired. That was amazing. Thank you both for an incredible race. Go follow these runners. They rule.
Yes,
Lord Bob
go
Bree,
follow the runners.
Scratchdragon. They're on Twitch. Go follow them. They're both amazing people.
Follow the entire staff. Restreamer, trackers, commentators. Double on Demarin. Tell her to
Wow.
skip free checks all the time. Final Fantasy IV is the best randomizer community. At me. Everyone should play this game.
Yep. Follow Oscar424. Thank you for restreaming tonight. We had Paladin Aegis. We had Aegis on the restream. Paladin Aegis on Twitch, as you can see in the command. Allison was our main commentator tonight. Allie, you got any last thoughts about this one?
No more butt.
Yeah, butt is gone. It got kicked.
Sad.
You want more butt?
More butt.
There's more butt on Free Enterprise. Do you want to head over?
Absolutely. We've got another great match going on with McBain, another elimination match, mind you, between McBain and Silverfire, two awesome runners. I think we're going to be sending y'all over there. And yeah, y'all have a wonderful night. No spoilers. You will be bonked. And thanks again to my wonderful co-commentator, Demarine.
We're going to grab some ice cream along the way. Bye, everybody.